Hello and welcome to your weekly episode of my ramblings. This is for April 18th to April 24th, 2021. Alright, after all that excitement, I want to talk really quickly about what's going on in the actual cosmos right now, because it's kind of a big time of year or the month or whatever where the sun is shifting into a new sign. So we're moving out of that fiery Aries season into the more earthy Taurus season. And what the big difference is, and I think that you notice it, I think that once we start to see that what's going on out there mirrors kind of what we feel each season, we can see this in other people. You know, like when we talk about like, oh, must be a full moon. That's because you feel it. You can not really take it seriously. You can, dismiss it as silly, but we do feel the changes. All that work that we've done, all that deep emotional energy from Pisces season a few months ago, and then now with the Aries, the sun bringing warmth, and you're finding maybe you're burnt out from last season and you need some rest, but you don't want to have this pendulum that swings to extremes back and forth all the time. We want to find this kind of like softer balance just based in our own heart space, ground and anchor that in. And that is what this season is all about. If you want to go deeper into the energy of this season, of course, there is the monthly energy video that was just released, and you can take a deep dive into what may have been something like that you lost, your power in the past, your current path, and your potential for this month. All right, so the energy in the air for the week. Neptune, okay, so we're talking about fantasies, longings, and potential for illusion. We are talking about Capricorn, serious, materialistic, so this is another earth energy, hardworking, just like Taurus is, but a little bit less indulgent, okay, a little bit less likely to take that instant gratification and run with it. Capricorn is more likely to have a more futuristic outlook and be more grounded in the long term. And then the 12th house, the overwhelming area of our lives, where we yield to a greater cause or power, which is also, these are both Pisces related as well. So we're going back into the that emotional space that we were digging into a few months ago in Pisces season. The deep, like with the water meditations and stuff, we're going back. I don't know why, but whatever we access there, we're about to anchor like a whole new paradigm for ourselves. Okay, it's a whole new foundation of our relationships, and we know kind of now we're aware of what's good for us and what's not long term. So our very first messages are here. The idealization of dedication to achieve your faith. Confusion regarding focusing on hidden tendencies. Sacrifice resulting from the rules imposed by large institutions or overwhelming events. So where we're starting this week is just believing in ourselves, understanding like what we have anchored in and trusting that, like, because if we feel confused about what the energy is that we're bringing in, we're projecting into the world, we are not going to have like a deep shift that we enjoy. We're going to have a lot more pain that is associated with it because we are yielding. This is like a spiritual experience that we're having. The wheel of life is constantly moving. Embrace change and allow your fun, playful self to discover the adventure of life. So that really is where we're going. Fun, playful, adventurous, okay? not so serious or impulsive about being adventurous. Combine your personal wisdom together with your intuition to create a magical result and feel the flow through your body, mind, and soul. Absolutely. Absolutely. This is about wisdom. Capricorn, as we're talking about wisdom, you've learned lessons through experience, okay? But we're not going to let it harden us forever. We're now going to choose to soften some of our boundaries and open ourselves up a little bit to be more playful in whatever areas that we so choose. Feel your questions of life as creative excitement and expansion of you and all. This energy and wonderment of life unlocks the door to your divine love, power, and wisdom. Push the door open and behold the light of your essence shining brightly from your inner star. Step through the door and emerge as a conscious, multidimensional light being, fully awakened, ready to serve on this planet and inspiring others to unlock their star. Ask the universe to show you something in the next 24 hours that you have not seen before. So I encourage us, let's do that. Take a moment right now and write that down or just sit with it kind of in a meditative way where you anchor it in. Let it, like if it might be an uncomfortable feeling because it's a bigger dream. You know, it's something you're not used to feeling is possible for you. The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. Illusion, okay? So we're taking our experiences here and using our wisdom to create expectations for our lives that do not bring us more disappointment, okay? When we experience disappointment with ourselves or a relationship when they are not met, it's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. This week's soul action, be grateful. You're being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. Please don't go anywhere before you click like, you subscribe to this channel and hit the little bell notifications, and then you click down below and join our brand new Facebook community. This is like your life just taking a complete turn. Where are you on the wheel is up to you, I guess. How much thought have you been putting into all this? Because your changes are going to come very, very quickly. Okay, this shift, whatever you're anchoring in here, is going to come fast. When you start to feel it, if you're feeling it, make sure that you're anchoring in what you truly, truly want. All right, so very much we're talking about perspective here. It is our choice. So where we are on this wheel, the wheel is turning, life is moving. It's always moving. It's always going to be moving. Okay. Our experience is about our perspective. We choose our perspective. Okay. The eternal perspective, you know, the much larger perspective than ourselves is always available to us, but we hold ourselves kind of in illusion. We just do, because it's more comfortable than our entire life breaking down. So if we want to shift that, it's going to require changes of us. It's going to require a deep intuition and like a self-honesty, self-responsibility. Where are we now? These are the lessons we are meant to learn regardless. Do you want to learn them now? Or do you want to wait a decade and then have your life fall apart then? I'm not trying to be rude or freak you out or anything like that, but the changes come fast, and whether we want them or not and what they feel like has much to do with the way that we choose to perceive the experiences, the personal perspective and power that we hold. We choose kind of like what our experience is at all times by being a little bit more playful. This is a divine comedy. Okay, have you heard that before? It's like a divine tragedy, divine comedy. It's all that wrapped up in one. Can you laugh and cry in the same moment? That is life. That's everything. The meaning of everything is that. And let this go. Take yourself out of this bondage of thinking you have to be a certain way. You have to align with someone else's plan for you, their values. You have to pretend to be anything you don't want to be to garner attention or success. It is absolutely not true. The thing is we just don't have the patience for it. And when you do unchain yourself, then when things move forward, it feels nice. It's like a breath of fresh air. It does not feel terrifying because you've been locked away all this time. It's not straight out of this to this. Okay, you don't want to move immediately at full speed. You want to very slowly allow the wheel to turn as you prepare your energy for what's next. And then when you are ready, then it's beautiful to have a quick pace, okay? But you have choices here. You can be caged in illusion for yourself, or you can prepare your energy, be a little bit more playful with things, the mistakes you make, the lessons you're learning, because again, overwhelming. This is overwhelming. You have got to be more playful. The lesson is relax a little bit, okay? Not saying that as a criticism or like an aggressive manner whatsoever, but the lesson is you have to chill out a little bit. Have a snack, man. Like, eat something, please, because I'm telling you, I was miserable for years, and I will tell you I was starving. My brain was starving, my body was starving. I counted every calorie. Choose to let go of the stress. Whatever, if it's overwhelming you, I'm not saying you might not have needs or preferences, but if they are causing you overwhelm and stress, more so than the actual condition, for which you are doing that, then you should think about trying something different. Try something different. Anchor something different in. Stop overthinking it. Do something. Stop beating yourself up for who you are on the inside. Give compassion to the little one inside of you. Love. Let yourself attend to your own deepest needs and feelings. What you want is not wrong, okay? Unless it's harming others. But then what are you really true to yourself? If you're out here hurting other people, I guarantee you that you're not aligned with yourself. Your path. Dear Lord, help me trust that there is a plan far beyond what I can see through my fears and illusions. And I am telling you, every time this card comes out or something about Pisces, illusions, we get this card, or one of those cards that says something about illusions. Let me see through, let me have this divine perspective to see through my illusions. When you go deep, you might there is all this kind of fucked up stuff that we have been holding on to since we were little about like our worth and what we're allowed to do and still be good. No hate, okay, on anybody's parents. I don't know. It's completely up to your own assessment. And I ultimately don't think that we can blame our parents forever. We have to do our own healing regardless of what they taught us or didn't teach us or did for us or did not do for us or to us. But we ultimately have to go here of our own will, and tend to this child that has misunderstandings based on the perspective of someone else, someone who is not you, who gave you a lens to which you have seen yourself, illusions and fears that you are holding that are not actually real for you. If someone else sees the world that way, that is their choice to do so, but you have to examine everything all the time, again and again and again. Your lessons, that's what we're doing here. The lessons, choosing to see from different perspectives, okay? Because we start here on everything. We start here on everything. Everything we ever believed about ourselves, everything that we were taught or think to be true. You know, like when kids you grow up and you go to college and you're like, oh my God, they went nuts. But really, it's just kind of like choosing our own experiences for the first time ever. And some people don't make the best choices, and then, you know, as a parent, you're like, well, good, that's good, that's why I did that, you know. But we all have to find our own way, have our own path, have our own say in our life, and we just do. And we have to choose to take the blinders off, and not to agree with others automatically, but to choose to allow other people to have their own beliefs, to coexist with that, and not to be chained by it. Because there's nothing to be chained by. That person, they leave you, they go do their own thing, and if they're not harming you, you need to let them go. If they bother you that much, even if they're a great person, if they just irk you for whatever reason, either examine that and heal that within yourself, whatever that is, because you're like, it's dumb. At first, just acknowledge that it's dumb, but if you can't get over it and that person just fucking gets on your nerves, not everybody's meant for you. It's okay. You don't have to be mean. Just move on with your life. Move on. Hide, delete, block, whatever you need to do. Be quiet about it. Be obvious about it. Who cares? Do what you want as you see fit. Conscious focus. What I focus on, I attract more of. I appreciate you so much supporting my work by dropping a coffee in my tip jar, clicking down below to purchase any of the tools and decks that we use in this video, or stopping by Amaro's Intuitive Studio for a private consultation. Thank you so much. Cheers to us in the season ahead. Starting with today, I will be more conscious of what I choose to spend my time speaking or thinking of. I will do more of the things that bring me joy and see as more of these things begin to effortlessly flow into my life. Again, if you are paying attention to things that bother you, just because you can't let them go because you need to know what's going on all the time, don't blame anybody but yourself. I mean, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, but does it harm you? Live wild and free. Go a different way than everybody else. Don't worry about what in the hell everybody else is doing or what they think of what you're doing. You know, go out and do your thing and be fucking awesome, and just do it. Be awesome. Because you're awesome. Like if you took the mask off and you just lived who you are, you would find people who also think you're awesome. They may not be in your household, your community. It's called the internet, and while there's some sketchy places on the internet, there's also some beautiful fucking connections if you go into spaces where you feel honored as a person. I guarantee you will find humans, whether or not you ever meet them in real life, who honor you back, who get you, who understand, no matter how absolutely impossible you think that you are. You think you're impossible to love. That's not true. Okay, if you don't love yourself and you think that no one could ever love you, then no one ever can. You have to realize that that's a conscious focus, go in and examine all these things that this little person inside of you thinks are wrong with you, because they're not. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing at all. And it's time. It is time to move forward. Our final message for the week of April 18th to April 24th, 2021. And thank you so much for being here listening to my ramblings. This is just the way that it's always going to be, colorful, chaotic, and you never know where things are going to go next. But I hope that you're enjoying being here, and if you are, please make sure that you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and join our brand new Facebook community before you go. So inspire others with your goals, seeking oneness with all that there is. Love that. I'm anchoring that one in this week. Be prepared to sacrifice for the day-to-day reality of philanthropy. Not too bad. Yielding is the only way to use the most business-like way and keep your involvement hidden. Stop posting about everything you're doing. Go out and do some shit for good without telling anybody. Go do some anonymous things that you never tell anybody about and go giggle. Whoever you did it for is never gonna know where it came from. There's no obvious benefit to you whatsoever. It just feels good sometimes just to give. Let go of some of that bullshit you're hanging on to and just go pour love into the world and expect it to be poured back on you. Don't force it out of those who are around you. Choose to shift your perspective, uncover your eyes, and move in to a brand new phase of life. Trust yourself, trust that you can, and trust that you will if you focus on it. Have the best week ever. And try out the brand new playlist for sleep meditation, because in Taurus season, you want to work smarter and not harder. Meditating while you dream is like the perfect combo.